Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I'm Joe with Brahmi and Avi, and you are hooked into a drive along. We're going to take you through Santa Barbara on our broker caravan day, and we're going to go look at 3 properties here in Santa Barbara, all similar price points, but we're going to be showing you 3 different homes and driving you through our community. And I am stoked you found this channel. If it's your first time, we're doing this about once a week where we take you on caravan tour and show you what it's like to be in Santa Barbara, show you what our real estate offerings are like. And we do this to help you learn about our community and also give you some people that you could connect with. I'm in real estate, my partner Avi's in real estate, and Brahmi here is in mortgages. And together we love helping people realize their dreams of living in Santa Barbara. So how we doing today, fellas? Welcome.
Doing well, Joe. Doing well.
Yes.
Another day in paradise.
Excited to get out there.
Yeah, we're just cruising across the west side of town. Just got off the 101 freeway, and this is Coronilla Hill. It takes us into the Mesa, and our first property today is going to take us to a street that runs along the ridge of this hill. At the top of Coronilla Hill, we got Coronilla, La Coronilla, and we got a property that has been in escrow and just fell out of escrow. They've been trying to sell it for a little time now. I think Brahmi's got some
3.5
details.
months, a little over 3.5 months.
Oh, too bad they fell out of escrow. That's never good for a property's value when they've gone into escrow and they fall out. Always a bit of a devaluator, I feel, unless...
Well, and when it could not even be the property's fault.
That's right.
You know, I mean, and then potentially you took this offer, another better offer that would have closed, walked away.
Oh,
you know,
those are tough decisions in real estate that you got to make, and you don't have a crystal ball to know which is the right one.
That's why you need a professional.
That's right. We do help, kind of smooth out the edges of those hard decisions.
I've seen a lot of things as well starting to, have issues with insurance, and that's a reason I feel like that's increased for fallout, where people, they don't understand the insurance cost, or they underestimate how difficult it will be to get insurance, or their carriers aren't backing them for insurance and they're in escrow, they like the property, and then the insurance ball gets dropped and they have to back out. I don't know if that's what happened with this one, but I'm just something definitely that's...
No, you're spot on. Insurance has been a big issue.
Yeah, it has been. And it doesn't seem like it's going away, unfortunately.
We had a company call recently, and the forecast is that maybe the insurance woes are behind us and that things may stabilize or get a little better than where they're at right now. That is the general hope and forecast.
Oh, fingers crossed that this is
we'll
true.
See. We'll see.
All right, we made it. 1812 La Coronilla. The list price on this one is...
Current list price is $2.975 million. Originally started at $3.295. It's been reduced down a total of $320,000.
4 bed, 3 bath, right over 2,600 square feet.
Okay. Oh, it looks like a nice kind of mid-century vibe here. Let's go check it out.
Let's do it.
All right, everyone, street view on this one. One thing I noticed is that you've got great sidewalks. One of the pleasures of living in this neighborhood is being able to walk places. You're at the top of the Mesa, so you could drop down and walk there on sidewalks. And we also have this front carport here as we enter in. It doesn't have a garage, so that might be something that stops some people on it. But we'll go see what happened to that garage. Maybe it never had one. Maybe it's always had a carport. But from the entry here, it looks kind of interesting. Definitely got that mid-century vibe to it. All right, so this one's got a nice, big, open, bright main room here as you enter. I really like how as soon as you walk through that front door, you're getting this view of the city. So that's our Riviera over there with the mountains up above. We're looking straight across downtown Santa Barbara. All the landmarks come into view there. And you just have this mid-century wall of windows with this exposed beams with a slight, pitch to the roof. Just classic styling of this 1957's home. And they've done some things to it, preparing it for the market, and it's a little bit unfinished, but we have some newer floors on the ground here. Looks like it's been painted. We have lots of fresh walls in here. But this center fireplace actually is where we would have our kitchen. In addition to this fireplace, this would be kind of the way to separate the kitchen from this living space. Now, in the remodel, they haven't put it back, so that's what's kind of unique about this one. It needs to have a kitchen put back in. They have a picture of what it could look like right up there. But off the kitchen, you have a nice little nook here for breakfast. And I'll show you over here while we're at this part of the house. One of the bedrooms over here, you can see what that's looking like. Pretty basic and simple there. And then what used to be the garage down here is going to work perfect for someone who wants to create an ADU. We've got a lot of space in here that can be transformed into a self-contained living space with a door out on the side. This is where we'd have our kitchen, and you have a bathroom over there, and you could even take up some more of this space right out here and absorb it into this one. So that's kind of unique, and that's why we're dealing with a carport out there. I'll go find some of the other bedrooms. So we're going through what would be our kitchen, and we'll come over to this bedroom wing here, and you got a nice little coat closet, beautiful skylights up above, bringing in lots of light. And then the front bedroom here has got a little bit of pitch to the ceiling. It's got nice big baseboards, kind of give you that modern feel, tapping into the mid-century modern on this one. And then over here, we've got what used to be the closet is now this big room. So I think what this one is suffering with is just a little bit of lost identity with this halfway remodel, because we've got this room here. What do you do with it? It's going to be closet for this room over here, which also has access into the living room. So a little bit of a rambling floor plan here that needs to be, I think, put back together. But one of the best aspects of this property is the outdoor space. So you have a nice deck, got a peak of the ocean, I think, if I come out far enough. Out in that direction, we could see the ocean looking out towards Montecito, Carpinteria, Summerlin over there, and then everything out in the city. So really great location here where you just could pop right into town or pop right into the Mesa. Let's see what else we got on this one. I think we've seen most of it, other than this room over here off the side. You can see the low pitch, indicative of that mid-century vibe. And then of the 4 bedrooms, here's another one here. Some closets. And the 4th. So 2 on that side, 2 on this side. Great floor plan, good light. What do you think? Partially remodeled. Could use a little bit of dialing in, maybe even potentially. Oh, and this bathroom here is really nice. Look at that. They got some great tile, granite countertops, glass enclosed walk-in shower. Definitely appreciate that. And so I think that is going to do it. This one, I think, has potential to be fixed up if someone's looking to invest, maybe turn it into a really dialed-in home, put the kitchen in, put in the ADU, finish out that closet, potentially sell it for profit, or dial it in for yourself, making all those choices of the stuff that you want in your home. So, all right, let's go see the next one. Okay, let's go down the hill. That's interesting.
That was surprising. I didn't realize we were getting a house that was partially done.
Partially done.
That's a tough sale sometimes.
Yeah, that kitchen is hard to fathom right there with that, with nothing there and that fireplace right there. It was hard for me to picture it.
Because I feel like you have oftentimes like 2 buyer pools. Like when you have a total fixer, there's a handful of buyers, either end users, flippers, people that are experienced with development that are okay to take on a big project.
Yeah.
And then there's the buyer pool that wants turnkey, move-in ready, just bring their toothbrush and go to, move into
And wouldn't you say this house is sort of caught in between the two?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
got a nice bathroom,
they started to
remodel.
do a renovation and then they stopped.
Yeah. Some things are really nice. Some things are forgotten about or old.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, at the same time, the view out the back's amazing. Mm-hmm. There is a lot of opportunity of things to do with that property.
Yeah.
Redoing that bathroom space, because that bathroom was, like, bigger than the office.
Mm-hmm.
That potential ADU space. designing the kitchen.
If you've got the ability to do the remodel, let's say you're a construction person or something, do you think that's flippable?
He said a property, and I didn't actually get the condition of it, but one down the street
Real
back in
dialed
the
in,
spring,
right.
was it? And it was like 3.9.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That says you probably could, because I mean,
but that's $1 million difference, right?
finish
And
out that kitchen, create that ADU, polish out that home, give it the proper walk-in closet. What do you think you're going to spend?
One thing though, like if someone's gonna spend 3.9, I think they're gonna want different flooring, even though that flooring is new.
Yeah.
Like you're
There
gonna
was-
rip that flooring out and put
Yeah.
engineered hardwood rather than laminate. I talked to one of
For sure.
one of the premier developers or reconstruction experts in town. I had coffee with him yesterday, and he was talking about on his projects he'll never do laminate, because if you want someone to pay
It feels-
top dollar, you have to do engineered or proper hardwood floor.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
weird when you walk on it. You can just tell. It feels cheap. Well, we're still on the Mesa, turning onto Cliff here. We're going to go look at Mesa School Lane, a new listing. That-
Mesa Cafe, baby, love it.
That is a good
Gotta
spot.
go there.
Is that your breakfast joint?
Great breakfast
Good
joint.
breakfast.
Yeah, brunch, you know.
Uh-huh. Just like a lazy...
Bloody Mary,
lazy late
mimosa,
Sunday.
yeah, slow cruising. We're sort of in that time of year where the winter and it's like rainy and cold, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Brunch
it's
weather.
okay to be inside most of the day.
Yes.
And we're cruising into the coastal zone, where that last property was not coastal zone. And when you're in the coastal zone, you can apply for an Airbnb permit, which does change the buyer pool sometimes, and also affects values for sure.
Yeah, having that option.
Minimum 3 nights, right?
Minimum 3 nights.
Okay, 2616 Mesa School Lane. It is a new listing, only 4 days on the market, listed for $2.25 million. It is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 1959. We did a little bit of back-end research, and it looks like this property's been with the same owners or family for 33 years, so quite a long time. So renovations, I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like inside. Great location if you like the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Open space with the Douglas Preserve for walking your dog,
Love Douglas.
and just I mean, it's great. I mean, whether you don't even need a dog, but just it's a huge open bluff space above Henry's Beach. It's a great area. Mesa Lane Beach, where you can walk down. I mean, it truly does feel like it's 1,000 steps down to the beach.
Yeah, I like this part of the Mesa because you do feel like you're, on the outskirts of nature more so than some of the other more interior or even areas of the Marine Terrace. It's just, there's lots of homes around. I know you could strike right down to Shoreline, but even Shoreline as an open space in a park is a little bit, kind of exposed and stuff. Whereas when you're hiking this Wilcox property, it's like
Streets right out of the gate. Like
Yeah.
when you're over there on that side of Cliff,
Mhm.
the streets are like half the size.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like all those streets are real narrow.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
real in tight.
Yep.
So this property is right up on. So everyone, those eucalyptus trees, you see the sign right there. That is the Douglas Preserve.
That is the park.
You might want to park on Linda.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to relocate.
Or you could just go right into and block the driveway or in the driveway.
Let's see what it looks like. Ooh. All right, here's the neighborhood setting of this one here on Mesa School Lane. Here's the Wilcox property, Douglas Preserve. It goes by 2 names that we were talking about. So you could see out there, lots of space. And this is kind of a little country road that ends at a house. So it's not a through street. So you're not gonna get any traffic. We got one property that's in escrow here and another one that just came on. Let's see what it's all about. $616 Mesa School Lane. This one is in need of a little work. We're just talking to the agent, so that's why it's priced where it is at $2,250,000, right on the edge of the Douglas Preserve. It's a really interesting price point, to say the least. As you enter, you also have your garage entrance over here, so I'll show you real quick. because not every home on the Mesa has a big garage like this. I really like this feature. Definitely has potential for expanding the storage in this and potentially converting it into an ADU. So always nice to have, and the laundry is located out here, plus another side yard door there to get into the house from the side. So we walk into a living room that's pretty basic. This home is looking like it's gonna need a little bit of work. Flooring original. I think someone that's gonna come in here is probably gonna do just about everything. We've got this room here, it's a flex room. Could be one of the bedrooms. I think it's counted as one of the bedrooms, but it's also set up as an office. Being in the public space makes for a great office. And then we continue through, we got the hallway here with the bedrooms. Pretty common of these Mesa tract homes. Nothing super fancy about the original construction. Basic room, square room with a little bit of a closet here. And then another one across the way is gonna look like our primary. This has got access to the outside, nice little garden patio you could dial in, or maybe a little sitting area out there for morning coffee. And then the bathroom attached, private. Always nice to have a dedicated bathroom for the main bedroom of the house. And we've got a couple skylights in here, one in that bathroom and one in the bedroom here. Second bathroom's here in the hall. Looks like a heater here.
We gotta go outside. I'm outside, see, but I go straight to the burn factor.
And then I like how the kitchen has this open eating area here. So this is nice. With lots of windows. It looks like this was upgraded, not original. I don't think this room was original. I think they added these windows to give you a nice little sitting place here. A door to get to the outside. And then here in the kitchen, got pretty originally seated tile countertops. Nice kind of pine cabinetry. It gives it a kind of a cabinet vibe to it. So all in all, it looks like everything in here the new owners are probably going to want to touch, but you're in a great location, number one rule in real estate, and there is a backyard too that we haven't checked out yet, so let's see what that looks like. I like the deck. They built this. It looks kind of new, so that's great. And a little mix. You got a little bit of lawn, a little bit of deck, a little bit of patio, some gravel over there, a few trees, and some nice privacy. I'm not seeing a lot of neighbors out here in this backyard, so that's really nice. And a little side yard access. That's where we're going to get back into that side yard of the garage access. So this is it for under 2.3 on the Mesa. It's hard to beat this, I think. So we'll see how the action is, but I have a feeling this one will get hit. Okay, back on the road, everybody. Woo, nice little fixer over there on the Mesa. Kind of a cool little home. Little is the key word there. I know I use that word a lot.
It is small.
But that is a small one.
Yeah.
I think a question that we get a lot when we're holding open house or we're showing fixer property like that, are for people saying, hey, how easy would it be to expand the footprint and the floor plan, add square footage? Right. That's one that's incredibly difficult to do. When the lot size isn't that big, maybe you could stack a second story if you were to totally re-engineer it, but to expand it
also
itself.
Also in the coastal zone, exactly. So I'm assuming you're going to have to deal with the coastal commission, and they're not generally always
not fun.
Not the easiest to deal with.
The general rule of thumb in Santa Barbara is try to work within your footprint. If you're looking for properties to fix up, we always try to find our clients properties that they could work with the footprint, because the permitting process is going to be so much easier.
Yeah.
Than to add square footage. Just adding a little bit of square footage, it doesn't matter. That just opens a whole nother can of scrutiny and review and processing that could add 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 months to your approval process.
100% correct. But great location. And I mean, if you're looking for some beach living, you're right there.
Right there.
Right there. Very quiet. It's a dead end road, so you're not going to have anyone driving in front of you. That yard felt nice. Like those homes can feel a little crowded, like you're just looking over the fence and looking right at your neighbor. It felt private.
It felt private for
for sure.
The close proximity.
But yeah.
Okay, so we go downtown. So that's our little, we're on the edge of the Mesa, starting off there at La Coronilla, just up the hill here where we're heading back towards again. And then we went to the kind of edge of the ocean of the Mesa there. And now we're going to go downtown. Santa
Basically
Barbara.
the farthest west end of the Mesa.
Yeah, that
is
is.
where we were.
Yeah.
We were like, that's where the house is on the Mesa end.
Vista Del Mar and like.
Yeah,
like
what's
Henry
up with
Beach.
that? Like, that's considered Mesa to some maps, but not really locals. What do you call that area over by Henry's? Because that's still a 93109. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like
but
Allen Road?
then I'm almost going like it's like Hope Ranch Annex almost. You know what I mean?
No.
Like it's
Hope Ranch Annex is north of Hope Ranch.
yeah, no, I know that,
But
but
it's like a south annex.
it's like a south annex. You know, it's almost.
I don't know.
I don't call that the Mesa at all. You know what I mean?
I don't either, but it follows Mesa school attendance areas, and it's in the 93109, which is
well,
a Mesa.
there you go.
So, but that's an interesting, like, that neighborhood is a little undescript, but some people do consider it still part of the Mesa. But you're off of the tabletop, which is Mesa, right?
Right.
You're off the Mesa.
Yeah, you're on the other side of Henry's.
It's the leg of
Creek.
the Mesa, maybe, because it's kind of, no, it's not even the leg. It's like
not.
what fell off the table.
It's not. It's
It's a nice area, though. I don't want to dog it.
no. It's a great area.
We just closed one over there, Fixer, off Market on Allen Road in that little area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I mean, the one we just saw. I mean, yes, it is in bad shape, but it was more of new floors, you know, counters, upgrading the bathroom. You know, the house was. The bones seemed like they were taken care of. You know, it wasn't like
Yeah.
it was melting into the ground kind
Right.
of deal.
Paint and flooring would go huge.
Huge in that
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Huge.
new roof and probably some pest work, and I think they said sewer lateral needs to get worked on. But
Yeah. It's a project. It's a project, but
a lot of potential for sure.
I mean, you could go a long way with a couple $100,000 in that place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you could spend 350, 400, you know, you could spend a lot of money, but you really probably could get away with less. Although it just depends if you're doing all the windows,
Yeah.
which you may want, I don't know. But moving on, 1721 Olive Street. Unless, sorry, I didn't mean to, I don't want to move on without anyone.
Move on.
I think it's time to move on. This is a nice little tour of these $2 to $2.5, kind of that $2 to $3 million price point. in
Yeah,
Santa
this one's
Barbara.
right below 3 million, 2.995. It has been on the market for 83 days. It was relisted, so it's been a cumulative 83 days, which I was asking about earlier. Originally listed for 3.295 million. Taken on and then taken off the market, put back on the market in around 3-4 days. Why does that happen? I didn't know this.
It's like a refreshing tactic. You know, whenever you put it on the market, that fresh listing gets syndicated out everywhere. Everyone with listing alerts will get a notification that there's a new listing that fits their needs. They may recognize, oh, this is a relist. They may not. They may get excited about it. So it's just a way.
Maybe they missed it the first time.
They could have missed it the first time. It's just a way to kind of bring it back up to a kind of eye-level view again.
Yeah.
People who are really studying the market, it doesn't trick them, but it can give a little extra energy to the listing online and throughout all the listing alerts that are out there. And some may not look at the cumulative days on the market, and they just see that current listing is new, so it's only 1 day on the market. They might not look at that other stat to see the extra amount of time on. I'm not saying like the agent's trying to trick people or anything, but that does happen.
So I'll be interested to ask the agent, like, what changed, what motivated them to move. Maybe it was a second home, and then they decided it's not going to work out. I don't know.
Yeah. I think a lot of buyers, they'll look at that and they'll say, okay, if they didn't even want to live in it for 5 months, there must be something wrong with the house.
Well, you would. Okay, so that's I like how you brought that up,
Right.
because when we ask them, it'd be good to know, like, hey, what's the motivation for selling so quickly?
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
Tell
us. Fill in the gaps. We want to know. What happened? So we made it across town, everyone. We are now at State Street just at the new food co-op here. Kind of an interesting expansion from Isla Vista.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So cool.
They just
I used to
opened
love
up
that
right
place
there.
in Ivy. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a mom and pop Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
kinda
the original Whole Foods.
Right. I spent like the first 5 years of my life in the one in Isla Vista. My mom worked there for a little bit. Now she just leave me.
No way.
Hanging out there. Yeah. Yep. Hippie parents.
That's awesome.
It's some
So-
good stuff. A lot of all organic. And like
Well, now we went from the west side to the east side.
Just like that.
Boom.
One street.
State Street, the divider.
Yeah. And so this is a downtown neighborhood. This is what downtown living in Santa Barbara, the streets are like. You got some mix of apartments, condos, commercial offices, and then some homes sprinkled in around here too. We're going to go track down this one on Olive, not far from here.
We're going to go right by Alice Keck Park, one of my family's favorite parks.
Oh, yeah.
Earth Day Park. That's where they have the big Earth Day festival.
Oh,
Well, that's Alameda.
yeah, that's
you're
the
right.
one
This
next
is
over.
Alice Keck is the one.
With
It's
the-
a garden, and
The turtles.
they have they have the pond. And I've told this story before, but
Tell it again.
when I was in high school, my friends may have let some piranha go in there.
No way.
Dude, when
And
I was
then
in
they
high
were
school.
the ones who caught the piranha. Said piranha.
Wait. They.
We're not using names.
Okay. So
It's not cool.
he let it out and then caught it?
They may have let it out.
I didn't know that
may
they
have
let it
then,
out.
Then they were magically, hey, we caught the piranhas, and then
He's chicken.
one of their dads was a part of the sheriff's department. Might have done a little detectiving and said,
Wait a second.
hold on a second. Didn't you have these in your room?
Wow.
Yeah, some of the turtles were missing legs.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
the turtles are gonna lawyer up.
Yeah, it was in the news, and then all of a sudden it was all like, oh, did you hear? Did you hear what Joe did?
Piranhas.
I can't believe it. It wasn't Joe. Joe was not the culprit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. Fun
So
fact.
I don't remember that story. Thanks for telling it.
That was when we were literally in high school.
Yeah. I remember I was in high school when it all broke down, and I remember the it going in the paper of them catching the piranha.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the gentlemen involved is now a big-time sports fishing guide, and the other one is fishing game.
No way.
No, one of them's a
Maybe.
realtor.
No.
We're talking about different people then. We're gonna.
Well,
have to
maybe. I don't know.
compare
We'll
names
have to go
off camera.
offline on this.
Okay, we are so close now. This is the
And we're
same-
actually facing right at the mission. Like, if we could fly
Yeah.
a quarter mile straight, we would run into the mission. Really cool area.
This is nice little bungalows around here. Houses, a lot of sandstone drives and stuff. Flip this bad boy around.
How do you get maybe if you are handicapped, you can get
A curb?
handicap curb
Paint?
painted.
Oh, is that how
Yeah.
that works?
I don't know. I don't see. I mean, there's no.
Or he just bought a can
There's-
of blue paint and painted his curb
Well,
blue.
no, but there's an official sign.
Oh.
No, so there's no retail business around here, so it wouldn't be like an ADA compliance thing, to the best of
the
my
house.
knowledge.
Just wanted to reserve it.
I'm assuming that if you lived here, like, hey, I want a spot right in front, so I could always pull up.
Sounds good. We got a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. Looks like
Yep, there you go.
2,799
Originally built
square feet.
1915. Let's get inside and see it.
Video do the work. All right, here's our street view on this one. We're in this little bit of a hub section right here where the roads kind of converge and fork off, but all good. Let's go see what the house is looking like. Ready. All right, live, let's go. All right. The room here, as you enter, I like the spaciousness of it. You got a little glimpse of the living room, some of the dining room. You can see the kitchen over here. So sort of the great room vibe. Nice and clean. Everything's been dialed in the last couple of years in this one. You've got smooth walls, beautiful smooth ceilings with recessed lighting. This dining area has a pretty dramatic chandelier feature here to help bring in the ambiance of a meal with friends. And then the kitchen, no one can complain about this. You got some granite, it looks like, on the top here. Also on the counters. This island has the cooking facilities, plus you could do kind of the Benihana, cook for your friends as they're sitting here. You got your appliances in the back there, dual ovens and a microwave, so definitely plenty of room to cook all kinds of food in here. Love the stainless steel. One thing that's great is you've got some peaks over here. You're getting an idea of the elevation of this neighborhood. It's just slightly above kind of sea level, so you're getting a little bit of a view across the treetops of downtown, and then when we go upstairs you see a little bit more of that. This is the primary on the main level, very popular with a lot of people. You get a good sized bedroom. I like the accent wall they chose. Most of the house is painted white. This one's got this beautiful blue wall in here. Again, more recessed lighting, lots of natural light coming in, more of those little peaks, built-ins, and then a beautiful bathroom in this one. It's got a nice dual sink set up for his and hers, and then a glass enclosed shower. I like the tile work in here, and the chandelier is a really nice touch over the tub to give you some more of that elegance when you're having a bubble bath. Okay, so then over here we've got another bathroom, this full bathroom with a shower. This little flexible space off the living room is more just a transition space to go upstairs where we have another bedroom. And a little flex room that could be great for a yoga space, maybe a meditation space, possibly an office. This could have been originally attic space that was finished off during the remodel. The ceiling heights are a little bit lower. You get a little bit of a slant in here, and you have a nice bathroom attached up here, plus some more vistas with this extra elevation. I'm seeing the Mesa that we just came through, and also the Arlington Tower there. This bathroom has got a good vibe to it. I like how clean it is, and it's got a shower. So fully self-contained. They've added some nice built-in storage here with shelving in it. So the closet space, you could check that off the box. And then I like this finished room here. You can't see what the view's looking at. I think it's just probably the neighbor and some bushes, but it's always nice to have a little extra workout room and with a window that you could open to get some fresh air. Down here, okay, we got some basement area. All right. This downstairs actually has a door from the carport area, a bathroom, and a bedroom. So this is all incorporated, but could easily, I think, be divided off if you wanted to create kind of that ADU, separate living, duplex type living situation. Could definitely happen. I like the access out to the patio. We'll go see that. And another room here, a few more steps down, leads us to this final bedroom, the biggest of the guest bedrooms. It's got a little workstation in the corner and access to the outside. So let's see. There we go. Okay. See 2 air conditioning units in there. Here's a detached office. This decking here, really nice material. You're not going to get termites or anything on it. No dry rot on it. Another beautiful oak tree up above. Plenty of room to entertain out here. And I would say that, you know, you're not looking at a ton of power lines or anything out here. So all of that seems really good. A little bit of turf. And some access under the home for doing repairs and stuff. So the home's set up really nice, pretty turnkey operation. Ooh, one last thing. Those are those ways to get in. Looks like smart, they dropped a spa right here in the deck. Always love that. So, all right, this is it over here on Olive Street in Santa Barbara. Gosh, I mean, the newness was great.
Good size.
Good size.
Yeah.
Hard
a lot of level changes, which for
Yeah.
people that can be a game changer if they're.
But they weren't that bad, right? Like they weren't
No.
massive. But I know what you're
You
saying.
have 3
but-
levels though, I think, which
Yeah.
is pretty unique for
which
Silverado.
I actually sort of enjoy.
Yeah.
I sort of like because everyone feels like they're in
Everyone
their
can
own
have their own
zone.
When you retreat to your room, you kind of have more privacy, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him, and interesting thing is, one of the things that in my mind I was like, I don't like this, is I would have wanted a garage. And he said it used to be enclosed, but it was more of just used space for storage or a workshop right there in that carport. And then people are like, oh, they didn't like it because there wasn't somewhere to park.
Yeah.
So then they took that out and made it back into the carport, and then people were like, well, there's nowhere for storage. And
Damned if you do, damned if you
yeah,
don't.
it should have maybe gone right back to being a garage, so you could decide, hey, am I going to park a car, or am I going to use it for extra space? Mm-hmm. But that's pretty minor, and you could make that adjustment, I think, pretty easily after ownership. But otherwise, I mean, the backyard was nice and finished, and
Look how quick we got to the mission.
it's a lovely area of the Upper East Side, in my opinion. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, you got this park pretty easily accessed, and if you want to keep hiking, you could get up here to Rocky Nook Park.
Rocky Nook is a favorite.
There's a
When I was a little kid, this was my hands down favorite park
It's
in
a-
all of Santa Barbara.
incredible park. Yeah, really
Yeah.
cool. So
Love
you
it.
got some neighborhood stuff. You definitely strike downtown easily.
Easy.
You get a little bit of vista. Nothing like you're not seeing the ocean or anything, but you're looking across town and you can see the Mesa in the
I have a
distance.
question for you guys. Out of the 3 properties that we saw today, obviously some are a little bit different price point wise, but which one do you think is the best value for the price?
I think La Cornilla,
I agree.
the first one.
Yeah.
I think a little bit different, because we saw 2 fixers, and then we saw one that was done.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a medium fixer. What's from a lending perspective? What are my options if I want to buy that and it doesn't have a kitchen?
It's challenging. Like, you're supposed to, for conventional lending, you're supposed to have a working kitchen, because the thing the lender doesn't want to see is you buy a house and then you have to do something so you can live there. But what if you don't get the cash? You don't, the project starts but you don't finish it, and then lenders are always thinking of like,
Worst
where
case
is the
scenario.
potential for foreclosure? Because we don't want foreclosure like that. It's
Okay.
it's very expensive to foreclose on a property, and that's never a lender's, like, going into it. That is purely last ditch effort of recouping the money you lent on the property.
Mm-hmm.
That is not like, oh, hey, we got tons of equity, just give them the money, we're fine, we'll just foreclose. Like, even hard money people, like, they don't want to foreclose. That is not, it's never the answer. It's just the safety.
And so circling back, would you have a product to buy it and put a kitchen in?
We would for sure.
Is that what you do?
We could definitely look at it that way. If it was someone who, my guess is someone's going to buy that, and if they're doing it as a fix and flip, they're going to get a loan that is somewhere in that realm, and they're already prepared for that.
Right.
So that's fine. It's not preparing that, hey, we're doing this so that we can move in and live here. But if someone's like, hey, we're going to live here, but we need a loan, they may need to, come to an agreement with the seller and say, hey, we need to put in a working kitchen so I can get my conventional financing.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that you can't then close and then rip out things and make changes. You can do the remodeling. They just have to have it in working order for you to close on that loan.
So they're not going to close it and like earmark some money maybe that's going to be spent on a kitchen in the next 90 days.
I mean, there are some lenders that will allow that, but most of your conventional lending, they're not going to want to see that. They're not going to want to do $100,000 holdback in escrow to then have to manage a construction project.
Yeah.
Like, and escrow is going to be like, dude, we don't want to deal with that. I remember when we went through that one.
Yeah.
Interesting to think how maybe they are losing out on some of the buyer pool by ripping out the kitchen and unfinishing it, rather than if just they would have not touched it at all.
Yep.
Well, I was wondering about that on that one. What if they did nothing?
Yeah.
Right.
Like just leave it as it is.
Like you do it.
Because that's where
price. Yeah.
That's where I feel like, is it worth it or not? You know, I don't know what it looked
Not
like
if
before.
you stop halfway like that, I don't think.
I agree with Joe.
I think the only thing that I would say, okay, it is worth it, is what if they opened up walls so when you go into that one room, it's like, boom, it's really open, and you get the perspective of seeing all the way out.
Yeah, maybe.
But I would have just stopped there and just, you know, finished that out if that's what you're trying to accomplish.
Or even just get those plans drawn up so you can kind of walk people through what it could look like.
Yeah.
I bet you they didn't intend to do it that way. They probably just got started, and then time and money took over, and they had to clip the project.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So I don't think someone planned to do that. That just doesn't, for all the reasons we just discussed, doesn't make a lot of sense.
It was a trust sale and it went to the kids, right? And a lot of times I feel like people, if they're not from Santa Barbara or if they haven't done a remodel in a long time, they completely underestimate the time, experience, and cost that it's going to take to remodel in our town. Maybe they live in Texas where you can, you know, do a couple $100 a square foot for like really nice remodeling, or
Sure.
yeah.
No, good point.
All right, well, everybody,
There we go.
made it back to the office, Upper State Street. Here we are, uptown Santa Barbara. And it's going to do it. We're going to wrap this one up. I hope you enjoyed the video. I did. I think we saw some cool property. If you like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel so we could continue to stay in touch, and you'll stay informed the next time we drop one, which is usually about once a week.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and hit that like button too, do that for us. It always helps us out. And the engagement, love hearing your comments. And reach out to me directly if you have any questions or want to talk more about your scenario. We could dive into it and kind of direct you to what the next best steps are. That's why we're making these videos, to give you an opportunity to meet some people, to introduce yourself to help your journey in Santa Barbara real estate commence and come to a successful close. So with that, I think we are going to call it a day. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Peace.
Thanks for coming along.
Boom, just like that. Peace.
Nailed it.